I keep hearing noises in our apartment. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. H.P. Lovecraft. I keep hearing noises in our apartment. It started 2 weeks ago, the night my roommate came back from her backpacking trip. She'd gone on a solo trip to find herself, the kind you do in your 20s after college to feel wonder, to realize people overseas are just like you and that everything is expensive. She backpacked for 2 months from Eastern Germany to Istanbul. Along the way, she met many people, including an old Polish lady traveling with her strangely silent grandkid. The day Nery came back, she looked awful. Her clothes were dirty, speckled with white spots and stained with a dark brown liquid. She said her baggage had been lost at the airport. She showered, we ordered takeout, and she told me the highlights of her trip. By 10 p.m., we said goodnight and went to sleep. Our apartment is a 4-room place. The main living dining room opens into a small kitchen, which sits between 2 bedrooms, each with its own bathroom. From my room, the kitchen separates me from Nery's room. The first night after she returned, I woke in the middle of the night to a faint metallic noise. It came at regular intervals, a distant chime that sounded as if it came from the street, yet the metallic echo felt much closer. Tie, tie, tie. That was all I could hear. It even seemed like a pulse. Something was off. It lasted until sunrise. Needless to say, I didn't sleep so well. I thought neither did Nery. Her eyes were red and she looked exhausted. But when I asked if she'd heard the noise, she said she hadn't. How is that possible? We sleep just a few meters apart, I thought. Maybe she was so tired she slept through it. I lied to myself. The next 4 nights were similar. By day, everything was normal, but every night the metallic sounds returned. They didn't follow a schedule. Sometimes they began at 11 p.m., sometimes as late as 2 a.m. They always came. The second night, I could feel the glass in my window trembling with the pulse of the noise. By the 4th night, the pipes in the apartment were shaking. The sound had grown louder. Each morning, I asked Nery if she'd heard anything. Her tired voice always said, "No. How could I sleep with those sounds?" On the 6th night, I was still awake when the noise began. Nery had gone to bed early, and I stayed up watching TV. A few hours later, the sound returned, only this time it was different. My skin went cold. It felt closer. The noise was angrier. It started with something like distant thunder, followed by a long, soft breath, as if someone were struggling to breathe through their mouth. I could feel the sound outside our apartment, as if it were standing in the hallway. I looked through the peephole but saw nothing. My head rattled every time the thunder crashed outside the door. Even in my room, buried under pillows, I heard it. Thur, ha, thur, ha, without pause. Yesterday morning, Nery was gone. She wasn't answering my texts, and her room was locked. I had to know what was going on. I called the airline to ask about her lost baggage, only to learn she hadn't checked any luggage on the flight. Why would she lie? Nery didn't come home. Last night I locked my door and slept with earplugs, as if that would help. But again, in the middle of the night, the noises came. The metallic chime was back, this time along with the thunder. I swear my room's door frame rattled after every thor-aw, and I felt it in my chest, each one louder than the last. The whole apartment seemed to hold its breath. I froze for hours, my body locked in fight or flight. The temperature in the room dropped. Moonlit shadows shifted across the rattling walls, pulsating with the sound. I was in danger. Maybe it was the lack of sleep, but I started to feel a pattern in the noise, like waves rolling in and out. My heartbeat synced with it, pounding harder each time. I thought I might die right there. Then, as always, the sound stopped when the sun came up. I slept through the morning. Today I woke to the sound of Nery coming back into the apartment. She's sitting in front of me as I type this. Her nails are caked with dirt, and she smiles as if nothing is wrong, humming a tune that sounds eerily familiar, at least in the intervals.